The 2010 to 2012 Jaguar XJ. After the XF, it was just a matter of time until we'll have seen all the models in Jaguar's lineup receiving the same treatment. And the first to get it was the luxury sedan XJ. While the old generation XJ is an old and unattractive car, the new one features a young, attractive and aggressive design. For the US market, the luxury XJ is offered in 6 different versions with prices starting at $72,500. The newest generation XJ, ranging from the 2010 to 2012 models, are the first Jaguar models built on Jaguar's aerospace-inspired aluminum body technology. The US customers will only get the 5.0-liter V8 engine, in both naturally aspirated and supercharged version. Output will range from 385 horsepower to 510 horsepower. The European customers however will also get a 3.0-liter V6 diesel engine. Jaguar will also offer both standard and long wheelbase versions for the XJ, with the latter adding an extra 125 mm of legroom. Also, all the latest Jaguar technologies will make their way into the new model: air suspension, adaptive dynamics, continuously variable damping, active differential control and quick ratio power steering deliver the blend of responsive, dynamic handling and refined, supple ride expected from a Jaguar. Update: the 7th of May 2012, Jaguar has unveiled a new video for their flagship XJ. Called simply Innovations, the video displays new details on the car's intuitive technology and innovative thinking. Enjoy. Find out more about the 2010 to 2012 Jaguar XJ after the jump. Exterior: the new Jaguar XJ sports a sleek and sophisticated design that's a far departure from the past versions of the luxury car. The all-new Jaguar XJ brings a daring new spirit to automotive luxury, offering a seductive mix of striking design, breathtaking performance and engineering without compromise. The exterior of the luxury sedan begins with an elongated teardrop shape of the side windows that establishes the car's silhouette and lies at the heart of its flowing design. And the new XJ doesn't just look streamlined because there's a purpose behind its design, one that's highlighted by a drag coefficient of 0.29 with the XF saloon, making the new XJ one of the most aerodynamic Jaguars ever. The nose of the XJ also follows Jaguar's new design language, particularly with the 2011 and 2012 models. The powerful mesh grille and slim standard xenon headlights create a strong and visual road presence. That's complemented by a strong, muscular lower half of the car as contrasted with the slim and graceful quality of the roofline. The wraparound rear screen reduces the visual weight of the pillars, and gives the impression of an exotic. Every area of the new XJ, from the outer skin to the composite undertray to the fine grille meshes of the cooling system, was optimized using this process. Key areas included the profile of the rear decklid, which was engineered to ensure that the airflow was controlled without the need for a spoiler. As well as reduced drag and impressively low wind noise, the overall shape achieves aerodynamic loads that are carefully balanced between front and rear axles to ensure optimum handling balance and high-speed stability. Interior: the interior of the Jaguar XJ is the personification of luxury, offering comparable levels of space to saloons with a more conventional style. There is generous accommodation for 5 occupants, while long-wheelbase models provide rear seat passengers with even greater levels of comfort thanks to an additional 125 mm of rear legroom. More than the elegant touch-ups, Jaguar also designed the interior to retain its core sporting character without any compromise. A panoramic glass roof, a standard feature on all models, dramatically enhances the sense of light and space inside the new XJ. The roof's opening mechanism slides the glass upwards and outwards, so that headroom is never compromised. A dark tint and reflective coating prevent the interior from overheating under strong sunlight, while twin electric blinds provide another level of privacy and sun screening. And in keeping with its status as the ultimate 4-door Jaguar, the XJ introduces a new generation of interior technologies, pioneering the use of display and infotainment systems with notable inclusions like the innovative virtual instrument dials and optional 1200W Bowers & Wilkins premium surround sound system, among others. The 2010 to 2012 models of the Jaguar XJ does away with a physical instrument cluster display. In its place, Jaguar is using a 12.3-inch high-definition screen, which uses sophisticated and beautifully detailed virtual instruments, providing all of the functions performed by traditional dials while being offered in a more elegant package. Every time the XJ is powered up, 3 virtual dials build before your eyes. The center dial houses a speedometer, flanked on the right by a rev counter and on the left by an information window with fuel and temperature gauges. A large, 8 inches touchscreen display is the ideal complement to the virtual instrument cluster, providing an intuitive way to manage many of the XJ's functions, including climate control, audio, communications and navigation. However, the display is more than simply intuitive, it also features dual-view technology, a significant advance that allows the driver and front passenger to look at completely different content on the same screen. For example, the passenger can watch television or a DVD movie, while the driver views route navigation mapping. Headphone compatibility allows the passenger to listen without the driver being distracted. The touchscreen interface also allows the number of conventional switches to be reduced to a minimum, with just a small number of major controls positioned below the display. Performance. The new XJ offers the choice of 4 powerful and refined engines, which use the latest powertrain technology to deliver an outstanding combination of performance and class-leading efficiency. The lineup of engines for the new XJ begins with a 3.0-liter V6 diesel engine that produces 275 horsepower. Next up in the hierarchy is naturally aspirated engine that produces 385 horsepower. Then there's the top-of-the-line 5.0-liter AJ V8 Gen 3 V8 gas engine that can produce upwards of 470 horsepower all the way to 510 horsepower. The new direct injection 5.0-liter AJ V8 Gen 3 V8 gas engines were first introduced at the beginning of 2009. They were developed from the outset to deliver significantly increased power and torque, but with improved emissions and fuel efficiency. Particular emphasis was also placed on achieving a sporting character, combining responsive low-end torque with spirited top-end performance. The new V8 has a compact and lightweight all-aluminum design, with class-leading low levels of internal friction. It features an industry-first, centrally mounted, multi-hole, spray-guided fuel injection system, which delivers fuel at a pressure of up to 150 bars directly to the center of the combustion chamber, maximizing air-fuel mixing and improving combustion control. Efficiency is further enhanced by an innovative new variable camshaft timing system (VCT), which is activated by the positive and negative torques generated by opening and closing the intake and exhaust valves, instead of by oil pressure. This has allowed the engine oil pump to be reduced in size, saving energy and reducing fuel consumption. Safety. The 2010-2012 Jaguar XJ is more than just a powerful feline, it also boasts of a comprehensive set of active safety aids including, an anti-lock braking system (ABS), dynamic stability control (DSC), cornering brake control (CBC), understeer control, electronic brake force distribution (EBD), electronic traction control, etc., emergency brake assist (EBA), engine drag torque control and, for vehicles fitted with adaptive cruise control (ACC), electronic brake pre-fill. A 2-stage DSC system combines the normal on-off switchable DSC function, which reacts as soon as it detects slip, with track DSC, which allows more slip before intervening for a more sporting driving experience. Pressing and holding the DSC button for 10 seconds fully disables electronic intervention, allowing an experienced driver to exploit fully the capability of the new XJ chassis as they choose, where conditions allow. New XJs with either supercharged engine are fitted with the advanced new Active Differential Control (ADC) system that was introduced at the beginning of 2009 on the XKR and XFR models. This system uses a computer-controlled differential to distribute torque to the rear wheels in a much more sophisticated way than a conventional mechanical differential, improving both traction and dynamic stability and providing more sporting handling. ADC uses an electronically controlled multi-plate clutch in the final drive to vary the degree of differential locking, and therefore the proportion of torque to each driven rear wheel, depending on surface conditions and power applied. Its control strategies optimize traction at each wheel, improving acceleration on low-grip surfaces and enhancing cornering ability, but with no adverse effect on either refinement or stability. Drivers of the new XJ also benefit from a number of additional active safety features that provide enhanced confidence and security when on the road. The Xenon headlamps are available with an intelligent high beam system, which switches high beam on and off according to the presence of oncoming traffic and the prevailing lighting conditions. This feature is combined with adaptive lighting, which swivels the headlamps to follow the road when cornering, and also provides additional LED illumination when maneuvering at low speeds. Other technologies include adaptive cruise control, which monitors the gap to traffic ahead and adjusts the cruise control system and speed accordingly, a radar-based blind spot monitoring system that alerts the XJ driver to vehicles in close proximity on either side, and a tire pressure monitoring system that continuously monitors pressure and temperature. New enhancements for 2012. For the 2012 Jaguar XJ, the British automaker added a few subtle enhancements to the cabin, particularly a new rear comfort pack on the XJL Supersport that now offers seats that feature electric adjustment of the backrest recline angle, 4-way lumbar support and a massage function. The pack also includes new winged headrests, footrests and the ability for the front passenger seat to be stowed forward when unoccupied to increase rear seat room. Jaguar's luxed-up, long-wheelbase XJL portfolio model also has a new, executive pack that effectively morphs the rear of the XJL into a high-speed mobile office space that includes niceties like upgraded carpeting, combination wood, leather-heated steering wheel, gloss wood veneer choices and chrome mirror housings. As a company that prides itself on listening to its consumers, Jaguar adhered to customer requests of adding a new interior color combination. Available with the portfolio trim level, the Jet Ivory option features ivory seating with contrast jet stitching, piping and upper surfaces, while the headlining is available in either jet or ivory suede cloth, according to customer preference. Lastly, all XJ variants are now available with an illumination package derived from that offered as standard on the Supersport model. This package comprises illuminated sill plates, trunk latch and front and rear air vents. Specifications. Prices and options. Packages. Options. Competitors and press reviews. When goosed, the various V-8s make suitably expensive and deep roars. All versions have acoustic devices that plumb intake noise through the firewall. In the supercharged models, blower whine is miraculously filtered out. The 6-speed automatic does its business quickly and with undetectable slack. Figure 0 to 60 mph times from the mid-4s to mid-5s, depending on the model. With the XFR's pretty darn quick steering rack and the electronically self-adjusting shocks, they rely on electromechanical slider valves to vary their reactions. The XJ wants to pound through corners in hot pursuit of cars half its size. It has the power, the grip, and the steering focus for that, but the suspension, especially in the base version, allows enough body roll and bob that you don't forget you're at the reins of 2 tons of British luxury. Car and driver. Historic plumbing shortfalls apart, Versailles makes a fine jumping-off point for the 2011 Jaguar XJ, even if the surprisingly empty country roads that are mere minutes away do far more to flatter the Jaguar's character than the streets of town, which are infested with speed bumps. It's a surprise to discover that this XJ does not soak up low-speed city bumps with quite the velvet pliancy of its ancestors, many of which were exceptional. You'd hardly call the ride uncomfortable, and the suspension is certainly quiet, but firm it is, whether you're riding in the front or the back. Jaguar says it has deliberately chosen this feeling of greater connectedness to the road below, but that decision has also robbed the XJ of some of its plush low-speed ride. Inside line. It turns into curves with something approaching glee and stays remarkably flat both in roll and pitch. The steering is so progressive your confidence rapidly builds. Mid-corner bumps do nothing to upset the action. The deeply contoured seat communicates the car's surprisingly neutral balance. The adaptive dampers are so good they disguise their presence. Most traces of untoward waveforms, whether high-frequency wheel hop or low-frequency body float, are diminished to the point you just don't think about them. Jaguar engineers opted for coil springs at the front, the predecessor was air, for a more natural feel. For the same reason, they bolted the subframe to the body without bushings, though noise refinement is still first-rate. At the back, air springs are retained to level the car when laden. Motor trend. Competitors. BMW 7 Series. The 2010 BMW 7 Series is priced as follows: 750i is $81,125 and the 750Li is $85,025. The 8-cylinder developing maximum output of 407 horsepower between 5,500 and 6,400 revolutions per minute in the BMW 750i, for example, is the most efficient engine in its performance class and the only engine of its kind worldwide with the turbochargers fitted in the V-space between the two rows of cylinders. Lexus Ls-460. The Ls-460 is powered by a 4.6-liter V8 engine that delivers 380 horsepower and 367 lb-ft of peak torque in rear-wheel drive configuration and 357 horsepower and 344 lb-ft of torque with all-wheel drive (AWD). The engine is mated to a 8-speed automatic transmission. The Ls-460 can accelerate from 0 to 60 mph in about 5.4 seconds, 5.9 seconds for the all-wheel drive models. Prices start at $65,380. Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The 2010 Mercedes S-Class lineup will include 4 models: 382 HP V8 S550, 518 HP V8 S63 AMG, 510 HP V12 S600 and 604 HP V12 S65 AMG. Prices will start at $91,600. Conclusion. When you say Jaguar, the first thing coming to your head is a car defined by luxury and by the desire to be different. And let's face, the old XJ was anything but that. It needed to be improved, and fast, taking under consideration all the competitors out there. And while everyone knew what to expect from it, still they were impressed when Jaguar finally brought it on the market. With its bad cat-looking face, the XJ is no doubt the best looking in its class. But is it the best? At the luxury chapter, there's no sense to still talk about it, because it has it all for sure. So, how does the car drive? Impeccable. According to Jaguar, this is a car that will always be able to do more than you ask for it to do. While getting behind the wheel, you will discover that by every minute spent driving, you get to know your car better and better, and you will end up asking for it more and more. So I guess it only depends on you and your love for German cars when deciding on which car you'll buy.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.